know what I'm being punished for by having the speeches reordered, so I had to go after Ahana, but I'm gonna do my best to keep my composure today. I know these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs. We all become someone's mom or dad. But right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening. I am here. My brother advised me not to start my speech with a quote, but I have this undying need to do the exact opposite of what I'm told at all points in time, so that was from Perks of Being a Wallflower. Honestly, nothing better encapsulates what I feel today. Namaste, senior management team, teachers, parents, grandparents, students, and I know you're not tired of hearing this at all, the batch of 2022. Hi. My mom has never failed to remind me of how I didn't cry at all on my first day of school. Everybody else around me sobbing. Me, I was having a great time. However, I cried on the second day, and the third day, and every day after that, and I have not stopped crying since. But somewhere within these past 14 years, those tears have changed from misery about coming to school to misery about having to leave. Now, I don't think I'm eligible to give you gyan because honestly, I've just been pretending I know what's going on for the past 2 years. I still don't really get what a limit is. Banking makes no sense to me, and I lost what was happening in Java when we did Hello World in the beginning of 11th. So if anybody can tell me what comes after that, I'll pay you. So if you want gyan, listen to Lisa's speech. I know it's in a while, but listen, okay? I will, however, tell you a little bit about the groups within the school that got me to where I am today in hopes to convince you to participate and stuff. I like how I'm talking to the 11th graders as if they have a lot of time. You don't. Ha, losers. Anyway, firstly, the Senior Student Council. I'm sure none of you are sick of hearing this as well, but Shobha ma'am did dub us the super efficient council because we are. Have you know. I never thought our council would feel like a group because I've never spoken to most of you before this. But I was right. Because we feel like a family. A dysfunctional, complicated family that fights a lot, but a family regardless. Akash, Aditya, Medhavi, the three of you are exceptionally talented. Akash, thank you for OP carrying every event I conducted this year, even though you didn't show up to a single meeting. How? How do you know what's happening? Ishani and Jasmine, you have done more and been appreciated less than every other person on council. Thank you for allowing me to be the third chief editor before you assembled your never-ending army. The house captains, Manya, Purna, Arushi, Ahana. You know how Ahana just spoke about how like the house captains like make every event what it is? Yeah, and you know how like in their election speeches, candidates always say, the calendar is so cramped, there are time constraints. The calendar is not cramped. The house captains just won't let anything happen if it means that they have a chance at losing. So the four of you are the most annoying and simultaneously most passionate people on council. I love you all. Karwal, for making me insecure about my hair the day before my big speech so I could do nothing about it. I know you secretly find me hilarious no matter how many times you tell me I'm lame. Say it right now. Bol. Okay. Thank you for letting me give you a tour of my son's house the first time I ever spoke to you. Ira, we've been a team since JC days, and I swear school will never see a better cross-post alliance than you and I, because we really are a dynamic duo. I'll hit you with the cool Kira badges before we graduate. I've loved doing word search with you, and I'm sorry for being so bad at chess that I couldn't even deliberately lose. I love you. Our team captains, Lisa, who did everything, and Zorawar, who did nothing at all. Most importantly, I would like to mention the most important member of student council, Zorawar's dog Toto. I spent a year messaging Zorawar every day saying, hey, can you bring your dog down so I can meet him? No, he avoided me. He ghosted me for a year. And finally, I met Toto last month. I was great. Toto, you're adorable. I love you and I know you love me even as Zorawar says otherwise because he's jealous and annoying. Senior council, if it was unclear, I love you all very much. Even if you refer to my post as head of activities, even though it's not head of activities, it's events, we all know this. I still like you a lot. Incoming senior council, you have huge shoes to fill. Literally because Zorawar's shoes are very big. But I hope all of you are able to establish yourselves as the second best senior council this school has ever seen after us. Ainesh, I'm leaving something I love very dearly in your hands. Take care of it for me. I know you will, but on the off chance you don't, I'll find out and I'll be back. I don't know where you are, but this is a threat. I'm threatening you. I hope you feel threatened. Second, the MUN crew. A group I wasn't really a part of, but also I can't say I wasn't because I have been on the receiving end of an Aryan and Indra pep talk. To the Executive Board 2021 to 22, I was honored to be your virtual samosa provider this year. Shaurya Zorawar Sahu Pandit, thank you for letting me play various characters in your committees, from a terrorist to a White House informant. And Vismay, thank you for letting me chair your committee. Even though I was exceptionally under-researched and underqualified, it's an experience that I've always wanted to have. From falling on my way to get my award at Modburn to having my directive ripped up in front of my face during AMU and stay back because it was so horrible, my school life wouldn't be the same without MUN. At the ripe young age of 16, I became a mother. People talk about how childbirth is the proudest moment of your life, and it really was. Theatre Society, my babies. Tuli, Nainika, Sanya, Sanvi, Kaina, Vatsal, Ranveer, Jasnoor, Sanika, Suhavni, Adya, Ahana. Yes, you are my baby. I love you all so much. You're so talented, and nobody has made this year what it is except you guys. Ria, my co-theatre mom, love of my life, picking you as my assistant director 2 years ago to hopefully may bring some sense of harmony in our 10th grade board practical family. Apologies to everybody who was in theatre in 10th grade, I'm so sorry. But it was one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I'm so proud to call you my friend. I love you, Mom! To my secretaries, Adya, Avika, Devita, and Parth. Adya, you here? Hi! Okay. Adya, you're gonna smash JE, and Avika, Berkeley will never know what hit them. Devita and Parth, you are the best leaders this school could have, and I know this because I've witnessed the way you work firsthand, and obviously you've learned from the best. Sorry, I didn't say sorry. Sorry. Okay, anyway, next. I'd love to work with all of you, and I'm so proud of the people I know you're going to be. Next, my teachers. Every teacher that has taught me from PV till now, and those who haven't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for going to the bathroom and the nurse room at every given opportunity, and I'm sorry for always being asleep without fail. But more importantly, thank you. I will never be able to explain how much your patience and kindness has meant to me these past 14 years. To my 12th grade teachers, Savera ma'am, Devyani ma'am, Neeti ma'am, Amrita ma'am, Veeti ma'am, and Charu ma'am, thank you for making this tough year a little easier. Thank you for extending deadlines and extended the extended deadlines and extending them one more time because I just can't do anything on time. Amok sir, thank you for answering my doubts at 1 a.m. and I hope you never forget that you truly are a G, and I meant it when I said it. Alka ma'am, I wanted you to know that you saying keep smiling has kept me smiling every single day we've had a class for the past 2 years, and I love you a lot. And although I may be horrible at computer science, I hope you know that you're one of the best teachers I've ever had. To the key activity coordinators, Priya ma'am and Swapna ma'am, I don't think I can explain how integral your... I don't think I can explain how integral your incredible vocabulary and amazing sense of humor are to the functioning of the events team. I have loved working with you. To my two school mothers, Durga ma'am and Shama ma'am, thank you all for believing in me after I have yelled my lungs out, called you crying in the wee hours of the morning, and more importantly for believing that I'm capable of improvement after I've made mistakes over and over again. I hope you're proud of who I am today, and I hope I keep making you proud wherever I go after this. And yes, Shama ma'am, I assure you I'm eating well and I'm eating enough and I haven't lost weight and I'm not on a diet. Trust me, I'll eat well always for you. Monimala ma'am, I don't know if you came, but I'm going to show this to you later, in case you didn't. I've lived in the library rent-free for the past 4 years, and you are the best roommate I could have asked for, even if you didn't really want to be mine. I'll see you when I'm back as your assistant. I love you so much. Shubhayan sir, Apo? Shubhayan sir, I've been thinking about it and I realized that there's no word better than comrade. I know I make fun of you every time you monologue endlessly, but I hope you know that I learn something every single time you talk to me. Thank you for teaching me everything I know about what I love the most in the world. I'll never forget what you've done for me, and I hope you know how much I love you. My friends, Samya, who is not here today because she didn't want to drive to Delhi to hear my mention, but that was kind of mean, not gonna lie. You and I are ready to take on the world with our wide repertoire of cooking recipes, from bad chai to cereal, and our non-existent senses of direction. Thank you for being my co-New York Times best-selling author. Now, I sat next to a girl in 8th grade, and I learned about the time she went under the hurdle during sports day tryouts instead of going over them because that was allowed at her old school. Mehta, you've stolen my ice cream and my pizza and my heart in the past 5 years that I've known you. You know how much you mean to me and I hope you never forget. Thank you for becoming my best friend in 2 years and I love you so much. Tia, hi. No, wait, no. You're really annoying. But somehow, like a sort of parasitic leech, I can't seem to get rid of you. And I hate to admit the fact that it might maybe kind of be because I love you a lot. If you ever discover the answer to whether or not you do purple susu after drinking grape juice, let me know. Okay, I'm waiting. Vasvi, you're never hearing this again, but your jokes are funnier than mine. Okay, I said it. You're the Jack Hunter to my Eric Matthews and the ice cream to my jump. I love you dearly and I've loved playing guitar with you and I'm so happy that we stopped being awkward in these past 2 years. Anthony, and in case Anthony's dad gets confused, Anushka, Anthony. From our parents bonding over the Dabba TVs in our houses to us bonding over our parents who are about as old as the Dabba TVs in our houses. I love you. I'm glad I grabbed your hand 7 years ago and declared you as my bae. Because, trust me, I wouldn't have it any other way. You've helped me through some of the toughest times in my life, and I hope I've been able to help you through some of yours. Lisa Wahi. Hi. I want to be you when I grow up, but I know you know this. I never thought I'd look up to somebody who was my age. But you are one of the most admirable, hardworking, and overall astounding people I know. Stop crying, loser. I can do whatever I want. Anyway, I love you so much, and I can't believe it. I spent 12 years of my school life not being your friend, because being your friend has been one of the things I'm proudest of. And I hope you never forget what you've done for me and how much it's meant to me. I love you, Lisa. Now, these next 3 people could each have a speech of their own, but I don't get to do that, so here goes. In 5th grade, a girl hugged me at our moving on assembly because I was sobbing like a baby. I didn't even like junior school that much, but I was sobbing because I hate change. Next year, this girl was in my class, and even though she was too cool for me, she did declare me her most favorite nerd ever. Ahana, you're my partner in crime and in everything else. And we've had the best adventures these past 7 years that I've known you. You've been my biggest cheerleader and more importantly, my best friend, and I thank God every day that you didn't leave me and go to Amsterdam 2 years ago because I don't know what I would have done without you. I'm so excited to leech off of your money when you live in Los Angeles after doing several soap commercials. And I hope you know that while you don't have any work, I'll support you with my meager income that I've earned through mostly scams, I'm sure. I love you the most. Now, see, I never thought I'd be asked the questions, are you guys siblings? Followed immediately by, are you guys dating by the same person? And then I started hanging out with Yajat Gulati. To clarify, the answer to both of these questions is no, because someone has commitment issues. No, I'm hurt. Yajat Gulati, you're the one that got away. I'll wait for you. I never thought the boy I told cannibal stories on the bus would be my first husband, even if our marriage was only official on Facebook. That phone call I made from that Rajasthani school infirmary was the best decision I have ever made. No one can replace you, Abby. I love you. I know. Ishani. I never thought I'd meet my soulmate when I was crying next to a poolside. And you know, people always try to tell me that school friends don't last once life after school begins. But I'll never believe that, because I wouldn't have a life after school if it weren't for you. You're my favorite person. You've made me better than I could ever be by myself. And you've given me the strength and the will it's taken to reach this spot. We've had many firsts together. Our first boyfriends for the second time. Shout out, boys, we love you! I can't believe we did that. Why? Anyway, you're my family. I'm so excited to tell you I love you every day for the rest of my life. Now my actual family. Mamu, Mami, Akku Didi, Nenu Didi, and Hiteshwar Bhaiya, thank you for being my second home. Nanu, you've been impressed by the fact that I knew platypuses were the only egg-laying mammals, even though I learned that information from Phineas and Ferb, and you thinking I'm a genius has made me believe that fact a little bit more. Nani, even though we're from worlds apart, nobody in our family understands me better than you do. Surya, you showed up here looking like a murderer, which is kind of offensive. This is my school. Wear a white shirt. I want you to know that I finally forgive you for trying to drown me every single time we've been near a water body. And I want to thank you for being a great brother to me, and I hope I was and have and continue to be a good sister to you too. I'll come back to that. Papa, you've been a beacon of knowledge my entire life. Thank you for teaching me that the question, tell me about your culture, can only be answered with, we don't have culture, we have agriculture. Special shout out to our village in Haryana that I would like to visit someday. Also, my 18th birthday is in 2 months and 3 days, and I hope you're ready to give me my Lamborghini. I'm waiting. Put aside the money. I love you. Now, anybody who knows me knows how difficult I am to deal with in small doses. Now, imagine having to live with me. Ma, I will never find anybody I disagree with more than I disagree with you. But everything good about me stems from something I've learned from you. Whether you see it now or not, so much of you is in me. And I know you worry about me because you love me, but I hope someday your faith overtakes the worry and you start understanding that everything will be fine. Because as long as I'm here and you're here, everything will be fine. The batch of 2022. Sorry. I have to do my sad one. There we go. Everything happens for a reason, is what I've been told for the past 4 years, but I'll never see any reason behind what happened with you. I wish you were here today because I know you would have been so proud of me, because you always were. And I hope you know that I was always proud of you too. You were the best big brother I could have had, and maybe that's why I got such little time with you, because you can't have a good thing for that long. I love you, and I'll miss you every day for the rest of my life. It's so embarrassing. Okay. Batch of 2022. Every pretty pointless grade group argument and even more pointless Google form where somehow the first one people could answer multiple times, the second one was rigged by somebody, and the third one just was a lie. You all are ridiculous, and I hope we're able to pitch in to send Shrey and Neil to therapy. And I hope to see all of you at Arjun Sahu and Parth Mahajan's wedding 20 years from now. Okay, that's everybody. Now, I'm not the type of person who can step away without saying everything that I want to. So here is some surprise, sneaky gyan for you. I have struggled with my self-esteem, my orientation, my identity, my abilities, my intelligence, my appearance, and pretty much everything else under the sun. And I still do. No amount of external validation could change that. Not winning this post, not any college acceptance, not compliments from my friends or family or teachers. The only thing that made that struggle easier was to drop the act. Stop pretending you're fine because you're worried about what people will think if they know you're getting help. Stop trying to be someone you're not because you're afraid of what will happen if you don't. You face negativity, a lot of it, but you will always find spaces that appreciate you for who you are. Wow, that was very cheesy. Anyway, all of us come from privilege. Sitting in this hall right now is a privilege. And that automatically gives us a voice and opportunity more powerful than most people can see themselves faced with. Use them both, fully. To paraphrase Santana Lopez from Glee, be bigger than the world is ever going to give you permission to be. Okay, that was my dramatic personal experience infused gyan. Anyway, now, I don't want to say bye, but I have to. So, I wouldn't be surprised if this time next year I was still giving my board exams because Jerry Arathun has messed with my feelings and my head more than anyone else ever has. Mr. Arathun, you are my most complicated relationship, and I'm so sorry we could never make it work. But in case I'm not here next year, thank you, Aravali, from the bottom of my heart. You've given me every single thing I have and I'm proud of today. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to give something back. It's been the greatest honor. This is Indra Sharma, your head of events for the year 2021 to 22, signing off.